What are savagery, barbarism, and civilization in evolutionist theory? Imagine trying to understand how human societies changed over thousands of years. In the past, some thinkers divided this journey into three big stages. These stages are savagery, barbarism, and civilization. This way of thinking was called cultural or social evolutionism. It was mainly popular in the 19th century. Thinkers like Lewis Henry Morgan and Edward B. Tylor created this model to explain human progress as a straight line. They believed all societies moved through these stages in order. Savagery is seen as the earliest stage. Societies in this phase relied on hunting animals and gathering plants for food. They used simple tools made from stones, bones, and wood. Their social groups were small, often based on kinship or clans. They had no formal governments or complex laws. Their religious beliefs were usually about spirits or nature, like believing in spirits of rivers or trees. Morgan split savagery into lower, middle, and upper parts. For example, early humans learned to control fire, then made bows and arrows, and later created pottery. These steps marked progress within savagery. Next comes barbarism, the middle stage. Societies here started farming and raising animals. They used metal tools made from bronze and later iron. Social structures became more organized. People began to develop property rights and more formal leadership. They also created more complex kinship systems and family rules. Within barbarism, there were substages like the domestication of animals or the invention of pottery. These advances made societies more stable and allowed them to grow larger. Finally, civilization is the most advanced stage. Societies in this phase developed writing systems, built cities, and created governments. They had laws, formal education, and complex economies. Technology improved with advances in architecture, metallurgy, and infrastructure. Social classes became more defined, with rulers, priests, artisans, and farmers. Religious practices became organized and written down. Morgan thought of civilization as the highest point of human development, mostly reflecting Western societies of that time. However, this model has many problems. It assumes all societies follow the same path, which is not true. It also ranks Western societies as the most advanced, implying others are less developed. This view is called ethnocentric because it judges cultures based on Western standards. Modern anthropology rejects this idea because it oversimplifies human diversity. Today, we see cultures as unique and adaptable, not on a fixed ladder. Instead of stages, anthropologists focus on how societies change over time in different ways. They also emphasize understanding each society on its own terms, not judging them by a single standard. Knowing about these old ideas helps us see how early anthropologists thought about human progress. It also shows us why their models are outdated. Today's approach is to study cultures as complex, varied, and constantly changing. So, the idea of savagery, barbarism, and civilization is a historical step in understanding how ideas about human development have evolved. It reminds us to be careful about judging cultures and to appreciate the many paths societies can take.